Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, and it's time to continue with the Union campaign on Ultimate General Civil War. This is Legendary Mode, and this is the Battle of Perryville. We're going to talk a little bit about the battle as we get into it, but first to talk about what my army looks like. We get to take 14 brigades into this one. I have put a point into Army organization, which allows me to now have 2,500 men in a brigade, which I've done for the one-star brigades, the ones that I want to get more experience for. And what I'll probably do is if they level up, I probably won't put a lot of men into them for the Battle of Fredericksburg. I'll keep them right where they are. The 2-stars, I'll keep them right around 2,000 or so. I've also got 5 batteries of artillery, a little bit of a mix. We've got some 24-pounders, a couple of 24-pounders, and these 14-pounder James. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at Perryville. I did buy my first batch of Springfield 1861s, which one of my 2-star units has for this battle. We'll see how they do. I did pump up a ton of 500-man infantry brigades to drive down his numbers a little bit, and it did drive them down, though not substantially. So it's going to be fairly even, which is actually pretty consistent with what the real numbers were at the Battle of Perryville. Of the numbers engaged, the Union had about 22,000, and the Confederates had about 16,000. So we're both just slightly over that. This should be a fairly easy one for me to win. I don't expect it's going to be all that difficult. It's a pretty small battlefield, and I can get to the objective before he even gets there. So that does make it rather easy for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think, kind of divide my 2-star units, the two of them. Princess of Wales has the 1861s, so I'm actually going to put them, I think, on this side. And then we'll kind of divide and conquer a little bit here and just split up my forces pretty evenly as I get them into position. And I'll kind of talk through my strategy for this one once I get everybody where I want them. So let me go ahead and start getting everybody into position, and then we'll come back and show you what I've decided to do. All right, so I'm just going to kind of react to what he does because I've found that different times he will do different things, kind of depending on what I do. So I'm going to take a basic defensive position. I will get to the objective first, and then just kind of respond to what he does and hopefully try to catch him crossing the water. I am going to start sending some skirmishers down here across to hopefully I can disrupt him, maybe cause some problems for him along the way, but we'll see. And we're also going to do the same thing with some skirmishers up this way. Now this was a battle that was fairly decent in size, as I have read about it in the past. It was really the last major engagement between two large bodies of military force in the state of Kentucky. And so, in a lot of ways, the Battle of Perryville was the battle for Kentucky. On the battlefield, it was probably a Confederate victory. Tactically, the Confederates, even though they were outnumbered, they did kind of have their way on the field. But strategically, it was definitely a Union victory because at the end of the day, the Union held possession of that part of Kentucky, and Braxton Bragg retreated his army back into Tennessee. Now, this was not the end of Confederate forces in the state of Kentucky. It was just the end of large armies operating in Kentucky on the Confederate side. Especially in eastern Kentucky, where a lot of my family's from. There continued to be, even at regimental size, a lot of engagements between Union and Confederate forces. But those kind of operated on a localized basis, and they were typically troops who operated in and around the area where they lived. And it really was brother against brother. I have one family in my line where 3 brothers fought for the North, 3 brothers fought for the South, as well as some brothers-in-law on both sides. And that's just the way it was, especially in eastern Kentucky, and I'm sure in other parts of Kentucky as well. So this did not end the Civil War in Kentucky. It just ended major army operations in the state. Casualties ended up being a little over 4,000 on the Union side. I think about 3,400 on the Confederate side. And it was a tough-fought battle. Like I said, Confederates did well for themselves. Just didn't hold the field at the end of the day. We're going to go ahead and bring one set of these 24-pounders over. I'm a little nervous about my flank right here. I think I probably should have sent some skirmishers up in there to protect that. But we've got Brown in the water, so we've got to take advantage of that quickly. Even though I'm a little exposed. Looks like Jones is going to try to cross. Alright, I think we'll move these guys up. Kind of see what we can see up here. I'm going to go ahead and bring Princess of Wales over. Okay, I knew he'd be coming from the north. I just wasn't sure where and when. But I think we have our answer about that. I'm going to bring these 14-pounders over. I'm going to bring MacArthur up to help him out here. In fact, let's go ahead and move these guys up to the next set of trees. Oh, Horn, are you serious? I guess he did have 3 units firing on him, maybe even 4. That's alright. Oh, Kemper's getting his rear flanked now. Okay. So obviously this is a real problem for him. I should have kept him back. Don't like being out in the open like this, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. Let's get these guys brought over. I don't know if he's got cavalry operating out here somewhere or not. No, darn it, I can't. I wanted to retreat him backwards this way, but it's not going to let me do that. So he's probably going to get routed. Oh, jeez. Skirmishers. It's always the skirmishers. Alright, we've gotten Kemper out of his predicament. These guys are hitting much further north than I expected them to. I thought they'd come down this way further. That's okay, though. We're about to catch them. Oh, now Kemper retreats. Alright, let's pause for just a second and kind of evaluate the situation. So, rough start for me, but things are about to get much, much better here. Let's look at the numbers. So I've inflicted about 2,500 casualties, lost about 1,100 men. Definitely want to do better than that. Okay, Carroll's Marauders, you need to stay put. We're going to move these guys up here. Yep, surprise, surprise. You've got skirmishers on your rear. As I mentioned, a rough start, but now that I kind of see what his plan is, then my plan can start to come together. And now it should get pretty one-sided. I'm going to push forward here. We've got these guys caught in the water. I want to take advantage of that. And these guns are turning, so now I can come up here and get a shot on them. me stay after these guns as best I can. Oh, come on. How are these guys still getting rear flanked? That's oh, that's why. They were facing south. That's kind of dumb. Alright. Horn's probably going to get driven back before he can do anything here. Yeah, we're going to keep on these guns. I want to be careful here because there is still an objective, but I'm staying close to it as best I can. So I don't want to advance so far that I get away from my objective, which is just to hold Perryville. Alright, we're going to get these guys across and engage him with another brigade. Keep these 24-pounders close to the front lines. Looks like he's going to send a brigade at me down there. Or over here, that's fine. I'm mainly just trying to harass his artillery. Okay, let's fall back. So now Powell goes away. He thinks he did his job. He scared off my skirmishers. But he didn't really. Now we can hit Powell from 3 sides. Oh, did we wipe out that battery? I think I did. Keep Carroll's Marauders out of the water here. Might be able to wipe these guys out, a couple of these units here. See what's happening over here. Alright, we need to improve the numbers here. Alright, I think I'm pretty content to sit tight around here without advancing any further than this. at least on this side. Still 50 minutes to go. We've got him down pretty significantly now. This might be one of those battles I can wipe him out. Need some ammo. Hey, there's a battery. Let's go after them. I'm gonna go ahead and send some skirmishers back down here just to be safe, because I'm still not entirely convinced he don't have some cavalry out there just waiting to surprise me. Let's hit this battery. I want to get Pleasanton up here and hit this battery here. Oh, hey, hello. There's the cavalry. I knew he had to have some. Need to get a volley on these guys. There we go. Nice. Alright, we've got him 2-1 now in terms of the numbers still on the field. So all my 1-star units doing really well for themselves. Should gain some much needed experience. You can see here MacArthur, almost 1,000 kills, only 198 deaths, or 192. Kemper, almost 1,200 kills. Alright, we're going to go ahead and advance a little further. And that doesn't count the 330 kills that his skirmishers have. Carroll's Marauders, 818 to 68. And they're the ones... Oh, no, they are not the ones. It's, Princess of Wales has the 1861 Springfields. Alright, let's get up here and hit this battery. Just 7 minutes to go. I expect this is probably one that ends the minute the timer goes. But if not, that's a bonus. Yep, that's it. All right, so we lost 3,500 men. inflicted over 10,000, almost 11,000 casualties total. So I'll take that. Could have probably gone better. I could probably play that a few times and get that number down maybe to 1,500 or so if I was really cautious. But I was trying to be a little more aggressive and try to push things a little bit as we get into the Battle of Fredericksburg. I captured a bunch of 1855, so that's nice. Not really much of anything else worth noting. Man, I am starting to have more major generals than I could possibly ever use. So that's going to be interesting. But here you go. Kemper and MacArthur, both one-star units. That was my goal, was to get them some experience. They'll probably be pushed up to 2 stars at this point. We'll take a look and see. But I would guess, no, I guess not. Doesn't look like they did, but that's okay. Look at all those major generals in there. And I've got actually a bunch more on top of that. You can see here, I've got 2 more that are sitting there right now. So I'll have more than enough for all my divisions. All right, so I think what I'll do here is I will go, I don't think we'll go Army Organization there. We're going to go back to politics. I've got 71 reputation points, which I do not think I will spend. I'll still be under 100 after this, so let me know your thoughts, not only on that battle there, but on the one to come, the big one, Fredericksburg. So I'm going to have to do a lot of thinking about how I want to do that. There's a lot of different ways to win that battle. A lot of ways to build my army to do it. So let me know your thoughts, and we will see you probably toward the end of the week with the Battle of Fredericksburg. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.